What's going on, guys? We are here with another episode of Stock versus Not. Today we are in the 2014 Chevrolet Corvette C7 Stingray, and that is the base model Corvette, I believe. It's not even the quote-unquote fast one. Comes with an LT1 just like the Camaro SS did, with 570 performance points, 453 horsepower, and just weighing a bit over 3,300 pounds. If you want to get real technical here, we're making about 460 foot-pounds of torque. And actually, from the factory, I just noticed this, we're looking at a perfect 50-50 weight distribution. So, as always, we're going to do 3 laps in its stock configuration, and then we'll swap onto its highly modified version and see how that works. So right now, we're looking at matching basically the Camaro. It has the same amount of horsepower, it's just a bit lighter, so theoretically we should be able to get that just a smidge above that 59.9, but we'll see how my driving is today. So let's go ahead and hop in. Like I said, we're on Sports Hearts tires, and the Corvette in its C7 model year was the last year that it was a front-engine rear-wheel drive vehicle before they came out with the C8 and broke the internet and the world. So let's see what the good old C8 or C7 can do. 50-50 weight distribution should give it very nice handling characteristics. As we all know, 50-50 is something that the Mazda Miata is known to have. So let's see if the Corvette can do it in its stock form. Just like the Camaro, it does feel a little squirrely in the handling department. Doesn't seem too confidence inspiring, but we're making it work for the most part. Get a little bit more rotations. Feeling a little understeer there. I did hit those cones on the opening lap, so you may penalize me for that if need be. Alright, that was a 1 minute. That is not a good lap. Let's get that sub 1 minute time, because this part definitely has a minute. Brake for a while there. Negotiate the turn. Definitely have to be careful if you're applying brakes mid-turn there, because it will definitely upset the car and you will oversteer, as I've done plenty of times in other vehicles. Yeah, this car is very pushy, very understeery. So, not too sure about that 50-50 weight distribution. Most of that weight is probably in the front end. We're going to try this on the 3rd lap in 2nd gear. That should allow for a little more rotation, hopefully. So, let's go ahead and round this out and see what we can do. Where's my ghost? Whatever. Coming in 3rd. Downshift to 2nd, get that rotation in. Come in here. Downshift to 2nd, and we're just gonna go ahead. Or maybe not. See, I don't know. We don't have enough gearing for 2nd. And 3rd kind of almost pushes it, so let's see. Maybe down to 2nd here. Back up to 3rd. And let's come back around here. And back down to 2nd. Get that rotation. It's a very weird part of drive, but we're going to make it work. And then we're going to power through. Alright. There it is, 58.313 in the stock C7 Corvette. Very good lap time. That's not a bad lap time at all. So where does that put us on the 600 performance point ranking board? It puts us just below the F-Type. Probably could have gotten that 2/10 down, and probably could have gotten a 58 flat if we did a lap 4, but nonetheless, we are making some progress in our database here. So let's go ahead and swap into the fully modified Corvette. Oddly enough, the modifications were basically the same as the Camaro SS that we did earlier. We had the supercharger. It's still the same LT1. We don't do any engine swaps on this. There's none available in the game. And we obviously put on a little bit of a diet, got the weight down a bit. I'll be completely honest with you, I did have to put some mileage on this car when I was testing, because this car is a handful. It's very torquey, very snappy. If you're not careful with it, it will bite you back. So let's hope I can do it some justice here. We are on racing soft tires. I wish we could just have like magnets or something that keep it on the road, but that's all the game allows us to have. Tune-wise, we're talking everything. Suspension, differentials, aero, transmission, brake balance. I had to do everything to get this thing somewhat dialed in an appropriate amount of time to be able to get this video out. I could spend hours dialing in these cars, and these videos would take so much more longer to finish, and you know, for 7 of you guys that actually watch these, I'm not gonna waste my time for that quite yet. So this is what you guys are gonna get. If you want better videos and better tuning setups, tell your friends, because then I'll put some effort into it. But yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and get this C7 ripping around Suzuka with all of its 940 horsepower it has. As you can see, we literally have to roll through that last turn, or this car will just oversteer you into tomorrow. And I forgot about, like I just said, the brakes are a little weird on it, as in it doesn't have enough brakes, because you're hitting 200 miles per hour in that very short period of time. So you have to brake extremely early, which I honestly just forgot to do. But the trend still remains where these American cars are very manageable, at least in the handling department, once you put some suspension and tires on it. Although the power makes it a handful, when you know you're not fighting the power and the torque and all that nonsense, the car does handle fairly nicely. It's not as pushy as it was before. So let's see, we stopped at the 200, or at least started braking at the 200 meter mark, and we were able to get through turn number 1 with ease. Yeah, so with Suzuka, definitely your transmission tuning is key here. So you don't want to run out of gearing when coming through here, and you also don't want to constantly be changing gears as well, because that's just not ideal for any situation there. You want to keep your hand on the wheel at all, most times possible. You don't want to waste your time shifting. 49.374. We're still on a flyer. Let's just see what we can do for lap 4 here. Alright, let's make this turn here. Probably not as clean as it was before. There's the ghost. Oh, there's the ghost. I wonder where you went. Yeah, so C7, honestly, not my favorite body style. I'll take it over C8. I'm still going to be pretty biased towards like a C4 or not C4, C5 or a C6. C4, I'll call that a 3rd place winner there. But yes, when it comes to the actual like tech and setup, there it is. Let's crash the C7. Let's just go ahead and finish her up there. How do we do that? In reverse. There we go. Alright. So, best was a 49.374. Let's see where that puts us on the leaderboard. Optimal would have been a 49.078. I'll be very upset if that's... Oh, man. Look at that. So close. So yeah, so Camaro cut a 48, Jaguar is a 49.09, and this thing cut the what did I say there? 49.374. So if we actually got the optimal time that the game said that we would have gotten, we would have been right around that second place mark, and Chevy would have been a 1-2 finish so far. But other than that, that's what we got going on today for Stock versus Not. Thanks for tuning in. I will catch you guys in the next one.